Good morning, everybody. My name is Soul Bouquet, and today is Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. Welcome to Your Daily Sun. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Appreciate your viewership. I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsor today, the subscribe button. If you are enjoying the show, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, drop comments down below, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with all of our content going forward. Thank you so much for doing that. It really supports the show, and it shows us what you like, what you don't like, and you can always leave a comment if you want to express either of those opinions. Thank you so much for being a follower. Thank you so much for being a viewer of this show. If you want to become a sponsor of the show, please reach out to me at yourdailysun@gmail.com. A great way to support the show is also by becoming an executive producer or a producer over at the Patreon. The Patreon is going to be linked down below. You can become a patron and get access to a lot of unique goodies there as well. Thank you so much for supporting the show in everything that you do, and I hope that you have a great Wednesday. But let's start you off on the right foot by beginning with what we're thankful for today. Today, I'm thankful for hobbies. Hobbies are a great way to not just center ourselves. I'll speak personally, not only center myself, but also a great way to sort of clear my head after a long day. Sometimes hobbies can come off to other people as maybe being a waste of time or not worth it or weird even at times. But, you know, having those things in our lives that are sort of the standards or in the staples that we can come back to consistently are really great ways and very healthy ways to sort of realign us. You know, we live in a world and we live lives that are constantly in flux and constantly changing. We're having to sort of work with and be flexible with sort of the push and the pull of things that just kind of happen. And hobbies are a great way to kind of keep consistency in your life while at the same time expressing yourself, you know, whether it's a creative hobby or a collecting hobby. You know, I hope that you find something or continue to do something that makes you happy, that is good for yourself and for other people. My hobby is home brewing. I love making mead at home, and it's just a really fun, very scientific sort of process that I enjoy. It's a good balance between, you know, creating something and having sort of a tangibility of something that I'm making while at the same time being very mathematical. And I take really, I religiously take notes, and it's a great way to sort of practice that sort of, it almost feels like the scientific method. And I really enjoy that part of it as well. So I'm thankful for hobbies today. Let me know what you're thankful for today. If you have a hobby that you want to share, drop it in the comments below. If you have something else you're thankful for, drop it in the comments below. Let's share some love. Let's share some positivity this Wednesday morning. So I'm thankful for hobbies. I hope you're thankful for something today as well. Moving on, we are going to talk about a little bit of history today. Today in history, 1912, Japanese cherry trees are planted along the Potomac. The Potomac. March 27th, 1912, in Washington, D.C., Helen Taft, wife of President William Taft, and the Viscountess Chinda, wife of the Japanese ambassador, plant 2 Yoshino cherry trees on the northern bank of the Potomac River near the Jefferson Memorial. The event commemorated a gift by the Japanese government of some 3,020 cherry trees to the U.S. government. That's insane. I actually didn't know that those were a gift from Japan. That's wild. So that happened today, March 27th, 1912. And I guess that's where the cherry trees and sort of the cherry blossom season in DC comes from. That's wild. I had no idea that it actually was sort of like a gift from ambassadors from Japan. That's incredible. Very interesting. Well, today you learned something new, and I learned something new too. 1912, March 27th, we got cherry trees in Washington, D.C. Moving on to some other news today. I only have really one story, and it's a story that I want to talk about. Oftentimes I try and keep things pretty lighthearted here on the show, but there is a sort of deeper, more just vicious topic that I want to talk about today, and that is, you know, what do you think when you think of a predator? You might think of a lion. You might think of maybe like a hippo, something that stomps around, that crushes, that is bigger than everything else. But would you think of Gaia the black-footed cat? Now, you may not know what a black-footed cat looks like. I'm going to show you. This is what a black-footed cat looks like. That, I mean, if that doesn't scream predator, I don't know what does. I want one so badly. I want one. I want a black-footed cat. Gaia the cat may be cute, but she's actually a deadly predator. I don't think that's true. I'm looking at that face. I don't think it's true, but apparently it is true. Apparently black-footed cats are extremely deadly. And a zoo in Utah, the Hogley Zoo in Utah, announced the arrival of its newest resident, which is a female black-footed cat. You know, the Hogley Zoo is making plans to sort of help preserve and stave away extinction of the black-footed cat species by inducting Gaia into their ranks, because they do also have a male black-footed cat. But this spawned sort of a bigger topic of, you know, what are these cats and why are they out in nature? Apparently, they are deadly predators. And again, just, you know, talking a little bit more about it, Bob Cineros, the Associate Director of Animal Care, went on to describe the cat as extremely effective in hunting. Apparently, they are successful in getting their prey more than 60% of the time, which the average for most predators is about like 25%. So it's not just a vicious predator, but it's also very effective at getting its prey. Now, granted, its prey are usually things that are smaller than it. So we're talking pretty small game, lizards, birds, that sort of thing. But again, this little guy, they chose the cutest photos. They did that on purpose. They chose the cutest photos to highlight Gaia. It just, man, I just want one. I just want to pet it. I know it'd kill me, but I just want to pet it. And it goes on to talk about how vicious of a predator it is. Also, Mr. Ciceros, Bob, called it the sassy cat of the savannah. It makes me want it more. I want one. I want a black-footed cat. Anyway, all that to say, good on the Hogley Zoo for working towards, you know, sort of filling out the numbers a little bit more. On a more real note, it is really sad to see very distinct species of just any type of animal go extinct, especially if we have some control over that. So, you know, seeing them induct Gaia into the zoo for the sake of sort of breeding and being able to fill out the numbers and keep extinction of the black-footed cat species away from a possible future for us it's heartwarming. It's good to see that. But at the same time, just one more time, I want one. I want a black-footed cat. I know that it would kill everything smaller than it, everywhere that it would go. But like, come on. Let's go back to that first photo. No, let's go back to the second photo. Where is it? There it is. Like seriously, like they knew what they were doing with choosing that photo for a deadly predator article. My goodness. Anyway, that article is going to be linked down below in the description. If you want to read a little bit more about it or read more about black-footed cats in general, please use the resources that are going to be linked in the description below. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because, like, come on. I want one also. I'm sticking to that. I want a black-footed cat. Anyway, moving on. We are going to talk today about our artist's highlight. And I'm very, very excited to talk about today's artist highlight because today's artist highlight is someone that is making content pretty similar to what we do here at Your Daily Sun. Today's artist highlight is going to be Today I Am Grateful. Today I'm Grateful is on Instagram as @today.iam.grateful. Let's watch just one of their quick reels. It gives you a really good idea of what kind of content this gentleman makes.
Today I'm grateful for highlighters and sticky notes. You could consider them markers that don't write and glue that doesn't stick, but in the right context, they're extremely helpful tools. Remember that. It might apply to other things.
Anyway, just a really, really heartwarming account. And you see here, this is what they do. They have a pretty big following, actually. They have over 289 posts, and I'm not sure how many reels, but a pretty good number of reels as well. And they just make content where they talk about what they're grateful for. And sound familiar? I saw this artist on Instagram, and I knew in that moment I needed to highlight him. So go follow Today I'm Grateful on Instagram. He's going to be linked down below in the description. It's a great way to sort of uplift your morning, uplift your day. And, you know, I hope you feel that same way here. So that's the artist highlight of the day is Today I Am Grateful. We are going to move on to the small creator club. We are going to move on to who our featured creator is. And our featured creator today is @PizzleG123. PizzleG123, they make gaming videos on YouTube, and they are commentary videos. They are what's the word? They are analytical videos. They sort of break down games and maybe talk about why certain games are good, certain games are bad. But having said that, they make a lot of good content. And let's watch just a little bit of their video here. Again, @PizzleG123 on YouTube.
Yo, welcome to a Hearthstone Battlegrounds video where I'm going to teach you how to build a monster deck of a different class in every episode. Full disclosure, my MMR is not the best, but I do have a lot of time in the game, so let's get into it. Right, so we've got Gallywix, Demons, Elementals, Demons, Elementals, Mechs, Pirates, Quillbore. We haven't tried the new season with Gallywix yet. Yeah, it's Gallywix all day, man. None of these Trumpet. Oh, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go for this. How did he...
Anyway, I'll leave the rest of the video up for you to watch, but he makes a lot of interesting, a lot of very good gaming content. There's a lot more to his channel too. He recently dropped a video that's a movie's length, if I remember correctly. Let's take a quick look here. Yeah, he recently dropped a video that's almost 3 hours long, and it's Surviving 100 Days in Project Zomboid. Really, I haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing, obviously. I am going to leave this video playing for analytics, make sure that at Pizzle G123 gets those sweet, sweet views, but we are going to go ahead and highlight him just a little bit more. 444 subscribers, we could absolutely get him to 500. Go give him some love. He's going to be linked down below in the description. Go subscribe to Pizzle G123. Thank you so much for being our small creator of the day. We are going to end on a high note. We are going to give you affirmations. We're going to give you encouragement so that you can tackle Wednesday and conquer the day. But we're going to start off with today's quote of the day. And today's quote of the day is from Frida Kahlo. I never paint dreams or nightmares. I paint only my own reality. That's Frida Kahlo, coming to you from Brainy Quote. I find it interesting. You know, it's cool to see someone portray not just the happiness or the sort of like joy of life, but also to be like, no, life can suck sometimes. You know, life can be rough. It's always a mixed bag. It's never perfect for everybody. So it's really cool seeing artists, you know, really bring awareness to the fact that, you know, even if you're really, really, really successful, or even if you're going through a hard time, you know, there's never just going to be that or just going to be that. It's always a mix of the two. So I hope that's encouraging for you this Wednesday. I hope that you are not falling into sort of the rut of being like things need to be perfect or things, you know, are awful and they will be all the time. You know, it's really easy to get kind of stuck on those cycles, right? But, you know, even people like Frida Kahlo, even people that are like successful, and even people that are artists, and even people that maybe are on paper like making a ton of money and doing a lot better than you, you know, it's always a mixed bag. So don't measure yourselves by the standards of others. Measure yourself by how good you are doing and how much better you could be doing, or rather where you want to be versus where you are. So I hope you take that to heart, and I hope that that encourages you to run a little bit harder this Wednesday. We are going to move on to the affirmations for Wednesday today. It's Wednesday. You've made it halfway through the week, and that's a big deal. Whether you've had a pretty normal week or a week filled with highs and lows, make today a positive checkpoint for your week. Use today to turn the tide for the better. After today, it's all downhill to the weekend, but you still got to push and do your best. I know you will, because I know you can. I couldn't be more proud of you, so be proud of yourself too. Having said that, thank you so much for watching. I just want to give a big shout out to our producers, executive producers, sponsors, and just all the patrons. If you want to see your name here listed with the other executive producers, be sure to follow the Patreon. You get exclusive access to content, merchandise, community found nowhere else, and you know, you'll have a chance to have your name right here, and it's a great way to support the show. Go check out the Patreon in the description below. If you have art or a channel that you want to see featured, like we featured Pizzle D123 and like we featured today, I'm grateful for, send an email to yourdailysun@gmail.com. We can start that conversation. Drop your channel, drop your art. I want to see it. I want to see it, and you have a chance to be featured on this show. If you want to sponsor an episode of Your Daily Sun, same email, yourdailysun@gmail.com. Start a conversation with me and we can get you to be a sponsor of the show. That being said, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope Wednesday treats you really well, and I hope you have a great, great rest of the day. Take care and peace out.